Did you know that you don't need to starve yourself, cut out all carbs, or go on extreme diets to fix your blood sugar? In fact, science shows that the most sustainable improvements in blood sugar come from adding very specific foods, not restricting your entire life away. Let's get into it. 1. Beets contain nitrates that convert to nitric oxide, which improves blood vessel dilation, muscle glucose uptake, blood flow, exercise capacity. Beets also contain betalains, powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation. Studies show beetroot juice reduces post-meal glucose by improving muscle glucose uptake. How to use: add roasted beets to meals, drink beetroot juice, blend in smoothies. 2. Beans and lentils are the fiber protein powerhouse. Beans and lentils are one of the most well-studied foods in diabetes nutrition. Their power comes from soluble fiber, resistant starch, and plant protein, all working together to slow glucose absorption. Soluble fiber forms a gel in the gut that slows glucose entry into the bloodstream. This reduces post-meal glucose spikes, the exact spikes that worsen insulin resistance over time. Lentils and beans also contain amylose, a resistant starch that bypasses the small intestine undigested and feeds your gut bacteria instead. Your gut microbes convert it into butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that improves insulin sensitivity, reduces inflammation, strengthens the gut barrier, activates AMPK, the same metabolic pathway activated by metformin. Harvard research shows that regular consumption of legumes improves A1C, fasting glucose, and post-meal glucose in people with type 2 diabetes. How to use: aim for at least 1 cup per day for 5 days a week. Add to soups, salads, stews, or mix lentils with rice to reduce the meal's glycemic load. Caution: gas and bloating can occur, so start slow and increase gradually. 3. Oats. Why they lower blood sugar. Oats contain an incredible fiber called beta-glucan, a gel-forming soluble fiber that slows carbohydrate absorption, reduces post-meal glucose spikes, improves insulin sensitivity, nourishes gut bacteria, which also influence glucose balance. When beta-glucan forms a gel in your intestines, it acts like a natural buffer, preventing sudden sugar entry into the bloodstream. A meta-analysis of 28 randomized controlled trials found that oat consumption significantly lowers fasting blood sugar, hemoglobin A1C, LDL cholesterol. How to use them: eat 1/2 to 1 cup steel-cut oats 3 to 5 times per week. Add cinnamon or chia seeds for an even bigger glucose-stabilizing effect. Avoid instant oats. They spike blood sugar faster. If you ever wonder why some people swear by oats while others see glucose spikes, the answer is simple. It's all about the type and the fiber content. For avocados, the fat that burns fat. Why they work: they contain oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that improves fat burning, reduces liver fat, decreases inflammation, enhances insulin release and cell membrane health. Avocados are also high in potassium, essential for insulin signaling. Studies show half an avocado can keep you full for 3 to 5 hours, reducing cravings, a major win for blood sugar control. How to use it: 1/2 to 1 avocado per day, in salads, wraps, or blended. 5. Berries: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Berries are proof that sweet foods can lower your blood sugar. Why they work: very low glycemic index, high in polyphenol that slow carb digestion, improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, support gut microbiome diversity. USDA research shows that blueberries significantly improve insulin sensitivity, reduce post-meal glucose, increase nitric oxide, supports blood flow. How to use them: 1/2 to 1 cup per day. Works well with yogurt, oats, and smoothies. 6. Greek yogurt is one of the best protein-packed foods for diabetics. Why it works: high in protein, which stabilizes blood sugar. Contains probiotics, which improves gut health. Low lactose, which lowers glycemic impact. Helps with satiety, which reduces cravings. Studies show that yogurt intake reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes by 18%. How to use it: choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Add berries plus cinnamon for a glucose-stabilizing breakfast. Avoid flavored yogurts. They contain very high sugar. 7. Eggs, the most nutrient-dense insulin-healing food. Eggs contain the perfect mix of protein, healthy fats, choline, leucine, B vitamins. How they help. Choline removes fat from the liver. Leucine builds muscle, increasing glucose disposal. Eggs increase satiety and reduce cravings. People with more muscle have better glucose control, and eggs support that. 8. Fatty fish, the anti-inflammation engine. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, trout. These fish are loaded with EPA and DHA. Why they work. Omega-3s reduce chronic inflammation, improve cell membrane health, increase insulin sensitivity, improve post-meal glucose regulation. Eating approximately 750 grams per week of fatty fish improve glucose regulation. How to use it. 2 to 3 servings per week. 9. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios. Nuts are the perfect metabolic food. Why they lower blood sugar. Contain healthy fats that slow digestion. Provide protein that stabilizes glucose, rich in magnesium, essential for insulin signaling. High in fiber, which blunts post-meal spikes. Studies published by the American Diabetes Association show nuts consistently lower fasting blood sugar, improve A1C, reduce insulin levels, improve cardiovascular markers. How to use them. 1 handful, a quarter cup, per day. Almonds before meals reduce glucose spikes by up to 30%. Walnuts increase adiponectin, a hormone critical for glucose control. Adiponectin helps with fat burning, insulin response, glucose regulation. Why they work. They are rich in magnesium, ALA omega-3 polyphenol. These stabilize insulin receptors and reduce inflammation. How to use it. A handful, 1 ounce, per day. 10. Chickpeas, the resistant starch superfood. Chickpeas contain amylose, a slow-digesting resistant starch. Why they work. They prevent rapid glucose spikes, feed gut bacteria, increase butyrate, improve the AMPK pathway, your metabolic master switch, strengthen the gut lining, reduce inflammation. 1 cup of chickpeas 3 to 4 times per week. Use as hummus, in salads, in soup, roasted snacks. These 10 foods are not magic pills, but when they're combined and used consistently, they work like metabolic medicine. They're foods that literally reprogram insulin receptors, foods that repair mitochondria, foods that stabilize glucose spikes for hours, and foods so powerful that researchers call them metabolic medicine. They restore normal insulin signaling, and they lower your blood sugar naturally and sustainably without crazy diets. If you want more science-backed videos like this, especially the one I'm releasing soon on apple cider vinegar and blood sugar, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video. This video is for informational and educational purposes only and does not provide medical advice or create a patient-doctor relationship. The information shared here is not a substitute for professional medical guidance, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have diabetes, prediabetes, insulin resistance, or any other medical condition, always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, supplements, exercise routine, or lifestyle. Every person's health situation is unique, and a licensed medical professional can provide guidance tailored specifically to your needs.